if you want your business to survive, you need to have continuity. That's something that we do. We teach as you go about every time you provide the services, AI the services, guides, you need to have a retainer. Continuity is everything to the business, is a cash flow, because the most of the problem with the businesses that fail is a cash flow problem. And I would say 99% fail because of the cash flow. That's basically, it's going to resolve that issue. How you're not going to run out of money, how you're not going to have a cash flow problem. So that's what the money model is about. Okay, so today's going to be quite casual. So I'm going to go through Hormozi's book launch, a bit deep dive about what he covered, what was his money model look like. So we're going to be doing lots of more master classes about the money model as we go. So at least one a month. It's a lot of things to cover, but today is going to go a little bit more big picture rather than going through too much details. And I don't know if anyone noticed in the mastermind that we have a new folder in the classroom. Anyone picked up on that? It's set as a private, but I will unlock it for you all today. And yeah, so we started adding a lot of resources already. We also started working on adding resources to the lab for the money model. And very soon we're gonna bring the Hormozi's money model chatbot as well, the mentor. So we already have two for $100 million offer and $100 million lead, and we're gonna bring the third one, which is $100 million money model. Just put in the chat one if you were in the book launch. Put in the chat two if you weren't. So anyone that was in the book launch of the Hormozi, put one in the chat. One. In Australia, it was 2 a.m. Any Australians were up at that time of the night? Two. So some of you been there, some of you missed that. All right. Okay, very good. So today again is quite casual. So please let me know if you have any questions anytime or you want to have contributions. So if you guys want to have anything to share, feel free to. So do you guys want to have any share before we go through the content? Anyone want to have any share about the Hormozis? What was your takeaway? Did you have any breakthrough? Is there anything that he said that caused to aha moment or breakthrough? I had a few actually. There's a few things happened in the last few days that made me to have an aha moment or breakthrough. So, and I'm gonna go through them all. But anyone that want to share anything before we go through that, just raise your hand, unmute yourself. Anything to share at all?
Yeah.
Someone said something.
Yeah, I just wanted to share. Hey, thanks for inviting me to this.
Graham, yes. Me and Graham as actually we are in the same group, ACQ group. We paid $25,000 to Hormozi to donate 1,000 book, you know. So there's a lot of interesting people on that group. So Graham, yes, go ahead. What would you like to share?
Yeah, I'm just excited to be part of this group, and I just wanted to say thanks to everybody for doing what you're doing to support all of this work. I've had a lot of good thoughts recently about just reaching out to my network and leveraging my existing consulting business because I've had a very strong network for a few years. And I realized today that someone that I'm very close to can help me with something that I really need help with in accordance with this offer and just joining. So I think it speaks a lot to just leveraging the bootstrapping techniques and all of the interesting stuff in the $100 million money model launch last weekend. So um, yeah, yeah, I'll turn it back around to you. Thanks for having me here. I'm just looking forward to growing with everybody and learning how to succeed in this path. Yeah, I'm learning sales. I'm really looking forward to learning sales. So.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the share. Welcome to the AIpreneurs family. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Like this whole book launch is we learn a lot from it just by watching what Hormozi did. So he basically broke the record of the I think he became bestseller, world break record, and also he made $100 million in sales in 24 hours. That's absolutely insane. $100 million in sales. Whoever thought that you can make so much money out of a book, right? So that's kind of like a breakthrough. I don't know if you guys saw seen his what Layla shared in the Instagram, that was quite interesting. If you guys read that through, I'm just gonna bring it to your attention because that post was really, really good. And they just gone through it's very inspirational. It so much remind me of when we broke all the break record in the school game in November. And it was like when Layla was talking, it was like it was me, the feeling that I had. And the victory is not about them. It's not about, oh yes, we made $100 million. It's all about inspiration, about what's possible, right? And that's exactly what happened with us in the November because we broke all the break record and ever. And even to the day, no one could break our record. And what happened was is about how many people we inspired that they could see what's possible. That was it. Like it's a lot of the creators, like I started messaging, it's like, I didn't even think it's possible, Atana, with a startup that you come and do 350K MRR like in 30 days. Like, no, it's the people are gonna see, what's possible. Like that's where you sit it. Because when I did a post in the school year, when I won it, I was like 6 months ago. I didn't even know what is a school. And here I am now. So a lot of you that's seeing this post, that could be you in 6 months, that could be you in 12 months, right? And that's exactly what Layla and Alex said. When Layla was on the book launch, it was like a couple of years ago, 10 years ago, we were broke. We didn't have any money at all. And we were sitting in the audience like you guys to learn. So you could be us in a couple of years, right? So this is like such an inspiration about, when you see the people succeed to this level, and it's all about the mindset and keep pushing. I'm just gonna quickly share my screen to go through Layla's post. So yeah, let me quickly share the screen. You guys can see the Instagram. So I'm not writing this to celebrate us. I'm writing this because somewhere right now, someone is starting at their own impossible dream, convinced it can be done. How many of like when we do the sales call, a lot of you like they coming back, they say, in my whole life, I don't know, I couldn't make more than 5K a month. In my whole life, I couldn't make more than like 50K a year. And when you tell them the possibility of what's possible, and they kind of like, I never thought it's even possible, right? So the word possible or impossible it's the first thing, the breakthrough every business owner can have and say, what is actually possible? And this is like, that's exactly the inspirational speech that the Layla is doing here. They're looking at the idea, the one that keeps them up at night, the one everyone says is too big and unrealistic, and they're about to give up, right? And then one thing I learned from the Tony Robbins was I did a course with him that called the Date with Destiny. If anyone did a Date with Destiny, put one in the chat out of curiosity. And in the Date with Destiny, he said that Tony said, if you sell your goal to people and then they don't laugh at you, that means it's too small. And your goal has to be so unrealistic that everyone laugh at you. And that was a moment for me like, oh wow, I never thought that way. And then we always been told, keep your goals to yourself, keep it secret. One thing I did in the last 2 years, I just started sharing my goal to everyone. I started sharing like 2 years ago. I didn't have anything. I said I'm gonna make $100 million business, and everyone thought I'm crazy. My family was saying you're dealing with small kids, you're losing your mind, literally like that. And then you know what? We are on the path to hit $100 million. It's not about me to saying that, oh my gosh, what we did. Yes, we built a $20 million company in 1 year, and we are on the track at 100 million. And we're gonna go through our money model with you guys about how we're gonna achieve that in the subsequent the master classes that we're gonna do. But it's all a start with being what's possible. That's it. It is possible. I'm gonna set up this unrealistic goal, and I'm gonna figure out the rest. That's what it started. And then everyone around you that told you like this is too unrealistic, you're losing your mind, it's not possible, blah blah blah. So get rid of all of that, because if you look at all the successful people, it's always start with a mindset first. Mindset of like believing what's possible and then go push for it. So we did that for them. So she's basically saying what we did is just for these people that think that the goal is too big or unrealistic. And let me be clear, we had every reason to quit too. This year was very hard. We had to overcome a lot, both in business and personal lives. There are many conversations of, is this the right call? Should we wait? Should we keep pushing? These are the questions like a lot of time I ask myself every single day. Does it even worth it? Like, don't think that like all the success of people, like you just see the success. It's just they're going through so much that they're constantly asking themselves the question, should I keep pushing? Could I keep pushing? Does it even worth it? And then the whole thing is like, yes, heck yes, of course it was it. Yes, of course I'm gonna keep pushing. And I know that the Layla and Alex went through a lot of the hardship this year with lawsuits and a lot of the big issues that they have, unfortunately. But you know, they still keep pushing to pursue their dreams, to pursue their dreams. So to show others what's possible. $100 million, 24 hours with selling books, right? Then you're gonna see what's possible. But here's what we discovered. You don't have to silence the doubt. You just have to work as they are not true. We had doubts and built the system anyway. We questioned ourselves and executed the precision anyway. We wonder if it was possible and planned as it was inevitable anyway. Yes, we broke the record. Yes, the operational excellence was extraordinary. Yes, Alex led like the fucking champion. He's and every single one of our team executed at a level. But the real victory isn't in a record book. It's in what we just prove is possible. That's it. When the ordinary people feel the fear and do the extraordinary or work anyway, every entrepreneur watching this, know that something they didn't know yesterday. Your doubts don't disqualify you. The gap between dreaming and achieving isn't the fearlessness. It's working with the conviction while the fear is still there. It's feeling as the success is certain, even when it feels impossible. So that's just so amazing, like to say that. And I just want to share something, a post from myself that I did a couple of weeks ago, um, about the unspoken fears. And I just wanted to you guys to see how I feel a lot of times. Uh, see where, okay, here we go. So this is the part that this one. I'm scared more often than not. And maybe that's not a problem. Maybe I just need to get better at being okay with fear. I just wanted to let you all know that this is how I feel. Like I'm more scared than I'm not. But I started just getting to the terms that I just need to get used to the fear, because when you go through exceptional growth for your business, this is natural. So any of you here going through the fear and you think it's not possible, you think that you're doubting yourself, yes, a lot of things come to your mind. Just realize that this is okay and this is natural. All you need to do is keep pushing. These feelings are okay. So you just need to get used to feeling, sometimes we're feeling that. If you're going to question yourself, is it worth it? If you're going to question yourself, like, I'm tired, is it worth it? Heck, it's worth it. That's why everyone else will give up. And you entrepreneur is not giving up, because as long as you don't give up, you never quit. So basically that's it. So that's a bit of the inspiration part about the victory. I'm just gonna take you guys through this folder in the classroom. The money model. So this is a private course. So we're gonna unlock it for you guys. So let Tatiana and myself know at the end of the today we do unlock it for you. So you're gonna have access to all the assets of the book launch. This is part of the $24,000 that we pay to Hormozi, and charitably sharing with you guys. So to save you guys $24,000. And I already checked with his team that I'm gonna share it with my community. They didn't say yes or no, but they kind of like didn't say no. So I made an assumption it's okay to share it. But basically that has access to all of the assets of the Hormozi, which is the entire book launch that he had, about all of his secret sauce, all of the copy to his VSLs, to his email, the entire strategy, the PowerPoint. It's the full book launch assets that, and it's very nice of him. I know that he charged 24,000 for it, but it's a very, very generous of him that sharing his secret sauce to this level with people, like word by word. And any of you that want to have a launch is definitely something that I would consider, that to be able to explore it for any launch. It could be applied for any launch. And I'm also thinking to maybe to create some tools in the lab for the book launch of the Hormozes as well. Like, for example, how to write the emails. And you already can use a lab for some of these assets. For example, if you go to the email copies, if you guys have a book launch or have a launch to coming up, you could just go to the lab and create a business context for your launch, whatever it is. And if you go to the funnel hacker tool, that's a beautiful funnel hacker tool. You could basically go model anything, including the emails. And then you can just go to these emails and for your book launch, just copy paste it and then model it for yourself. So for example, if I don't have a right business context for the demo, but let me just go to, for example, these. I need to create a right business context, but let's say if I just go choose RFM website, which
Pink, purple, and white.
and you say hack funnel. So basically this is going to, I like to use the chat GPT-5. Let me just go and regenerate it with GPT-5 instead. I love chat GPT-5. It's much, much better. Here we go. And it's very quick too. It's fast. Yeah. So basically it can go rewrite the entire copy for yourself. Like this is not talking about Alex.
Pink, purple, and white column.
Sorry guys, do you want to mute yourself? I'm just gonna see where the noise come from. Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, so you guys are able, because you have access to the assets, you are able to remodel it for your own business or your own launch. That's worth a lot, right? And we have, like, it's 118 pages of the emails and SMSs, pre-order, post-order, launch day. This is just a great example of, how to get the great example. I know that a lot of things that we teach is that one thing that I told you guys, like, anyone that is a big industry leader, go just opt into the email list and see what email they're sending. They're probably going to send you one email a day. After 30 days, you have a 30 perfect example. Then all you need to come to the funnel hacker tool and then go and put all the 30 emails here, put your business context or offer, and you're able to regenerate those emails for yourself, for your business. Then all of a sudden you have 30 days perfect email sequence to do. So yeah, this is perfect. Now that we have these amazing examples of the Hormozi here, you can go and model them. So that's it. That's about the asset. There's a lot of assets here. We're not going to go through all of them. But one thing that I want to go through today is I'm just going to click on very big picture about that. Something that is interesting here is, like, how many people were involved in a project owner, sales support, e-commerce sales owner, media manager, marketing manager, book logistic manager, customer support leader. So there's like, you can say 10 different departments were involved basically to make this happen. But what is interesting is this. Is actually grabbed my attention was about this ad overview, right? So what he's saying there, Hormozi, is that they actually use two companies to run the pay ads, two vendors, which is the name of the vendors is not there, obviously, but who ran all the traffic for the last book launch, they would get 80% of the advertising budget. So basically, for example, if you're an ad company, if you're a media buyer and you spend $3 million on an ad, 80% of the $3 million, which is 800K, they get as the how much they charge the Hormozi. So they're not doing any fix. So it's based on the advertising budget. And this model I was going to mention to you guys is actually worked really well. When I started working with Azriel myself a couple of years ago, Azriel is one of our coach. Obviously, he's one of the best media buyer in the world. He was exactly doing the same thing. He was charging us based on the advertising budget. And as we spend more budget, he would charge us 20%. So this is what Azriel was charging us. So current media buying tier is get 20% of advertising budget. And why I'm saying that? The reason I'm saying that is that those of you that are studying AI advertising agencies, right? And you providing this media buying ads for the people, there's something to consider. When you work with the bigger businesses, you may well just want to copy, because, like, someone like a Hormozi is spending millions of dollars. Like, how much are you going to charge them? You can't just quote them, say, hey, I charge you 500,000 for your ads. It's very unreasonable. But if you're going to come and say, if I charge 20% of your advertising budget, then you can justify why you're charging high. So that works really well when you work with the big companies with a high advertising budget. Instead of trying to do a fixed code, try to do like a percentage of the advertising budget. Then you can justify the big code, if that makes sense. So instead of saying, hey, I charge $50,000 to run your ads, and then you say, I charge 20% of that, that means if they're spending, $1 million an ad budget, then it would justify it better. So that just very interesting. And the other thing is interesting about A/B testing, right? Never ever use one company only. When it comes to the big launches like this, you always use two companies and you get them to compete with each other, because whoever it says, if one is outperforming the other, we will reallocate the ad budget accordingly. This is a good thing, because when you have two companies competing with each other, who's going to actually have the better ROI, it will create incentive for them. And then it said, if you're going to create a better ROI than this vendor, then I'm going to allocate more budget into working with video campaigns. So this is absolutely so genius. And this could be applied to anything, not just the vendor, but also to the sales. For example, with the sales team, it's really good to create that competition sort of thing. And it kind of like have a competition. You have a number of salespeople, and I say, if you're gonna generate anyone that's gonna generate more money this month or gonna have a high conversion rate, then we allocate more high qualified leads to you. Because you guys know that we created a system ourselves that based on the quality of the leads, we allocate to the team. So if the team is if the leads are so qualified, sometimes they allocate to me. If they're less qualified, so with that way, you're gonna say, if you can achieve this KPI, then I'm going to allocate more qualified lead to you. Then what that means is that more qualified leads, you're gonna close more, then you can make more money. So this is so genius. Can apply to anything. It's kind of like a competition, incentify what we could do. But yeah, there's a lot of things. You guys gonna get access to this. Let us know. We unlock that private course for you, and you get access to all the assets. But what I want to go cover today is about the $100 million launch webinar. But before I do that, I just want to mention to this post from Layla. Okay, this is the ACQ group that we paid $24,000 to be part of. So everyone in this group, they donated $1,000 book, and I spent $24,000. So as a part of that, we get to be in a small school group, and also on top of that, we're gonna get the access to a lot of the Hormozis, the playbooks and stuff that gonna share with us, and including this launch one that I'm sharing with you guys. I will share as much as I can with our mastermind community, and we add the tools in the lab and try to help you. But one thing that is interesting is this. I actually had a breakthrough by reading this book. I literally had a breakthrough. And I'm going to read through the books. So what the post is saying is this. If you want to spend one day with me and Alex, $100,000 and donate 4,000 book. $100,000 donate 400 book. And what do you get? You get one day with me and Alex. Why did I have a breakthrough? Because 92 freaking people said yes to that. Out of 600, 92 said yes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what does it mean? 3 takeaways come from this, guys. 3 genius takeaway. I'm telling you guys, like, you guys need to take this takeaway. Number one, $100,000 is not much money for a lot of people. You just need to find those people. Because a lot of you comes to me and say, Atena, like, no one has $20,000 to pay me for my services. No, I'm like, guys, people paying $100,000 to spend a day with Alex and Layla. How do you think if you're gonna 2x their business, 3x their business, 5x business, they can't pay you 20,000? This limited belief. You just need to find the right people. So that was number one takeaway. Number 2 takeaway. You don't need to do sales calls to sell high tickets. No sales call. Imagine if Alex and Layla jump on the sales call to close $100,000 offer. One post. Right? And what does it mean? The power of branding. The power of the branding. Branding matters, guys. It's matter a lot. So branding is super important. Please start working on your personal brand. I emphasize it so much. Personal brand is one of the highest trend. It's even highest trend than AI. Because with your personal brand, no matter what you do, your people are going to buy from you. And then every time you launch a new business, you're going to buy. We did provide a lot of training on the personal brand on the day 3 of the bootcamp. If you guys missed the day 3 of the bootcamp, please do yourself a favor and go watch this. This was about the personal brand, right? Basically this module. Super, super important. Every one of you start working on a personal brand, because this post from everything is a branding. You want to charge people to get you 100,000 to spend a day with you, you need to work with your personal brand, because no matter how skilled you are, no matter how much you can help them, you need to be branded to be able to charge those high tickets. That's it. Very, very big takeaway from one post from Layla. And I said, thank you so much, Layla, because that made me to come to a lot of realization myself. And by the way, we said yes to that offer too. So yeah, that's it. All right, let's go back to, so any questions so far before we're gonna go to the presentation? Are you guys learning a lot? Put one in the chat if you're learning a lot, you're enjoying everything we discuss. Fantastic. All right, okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go back to classroom 100, and then we're gonna go to the PowerPoint. So you guys gonna get access to slides too. And what I'm thinking actually with 10 of you guys know that we one thing we did in the mastermind. I know there are a lot of new members here as well that might not be aware of what we have. One of the assets that we have in the mastermind, we basically have the Russell Brunson's perfect webinar template that we created that for you guys. So you guys are able to, I think it's 194 slides that we put together for you guys. This is based on Russell Brunson's 90 minutes perfect webinar. So you can basically go and replace it. Everything is like just replace it, explain what you need to do. And if you want to create the script of the webinar that's going to match up with this, then you go to the lab and use it. If you go to the lab and you go to the perfect webinar, you're able to create the word by word script. So Russell's perfect webinar system, and you're able to create that. But yeah, so what I'm thinking now to do, we create another one based on the Hormozi's perfect webinar, because that webinar was really, really good. I really like it. The slides was perfect. The way that it was a lot of proof. So we're going to create the templates for you guys. So, and I put it in the classroom. So you guys can also go create the slides similar to the Hormozi's. It's like 90% done. You just need to go change the copy of it. Does this sound good? All right, so I'm gonna go back to Hormozi's slides. There are hundreds of the slides. I'm just gonna skip through some of them, but there are a couple of ones that I really want to emphasize, and we just go through everything. So yes, anything like me, Mrs. is okay. The whole idea of the money model in general is about spending more money in less time again and again. That's basically so much focusing on the existing clients, like how you can get your existing clients to pay more money in the quickest time. And a lot of the things that he's saying that obviously we're teaching to you guys too, it's not something new. We've been applying to our business as well. And we've been teaching a lot of the businesses to apply to their business, but it's kind of like a little bit more deep dive that he's going into it. Like he focused so much on the continuity. If you want your business to survive, you need to have continuity. That's something that we do. We teach you guys about every time you provide the services, AI services, guys, you need to have a retainer. Every single time you need to have a retainer. Continuity is everything to the business. It's a cash flow. Because the most of the problem with the businesses that fail is a cash flow problem. And I would say 99% fail because of the cash flow. And that's basically, it's going to resolve that issue. How you're not going to run out of money, how you're not going to have a cash flow problem. So what the money model is about. So we're going to go a bit more. So this is obviously disclaimer, and disclaimer for you guys as well. Like sometimes the people come to us and say, hey, Atena, can you guarantee this? Can you guarantee we can achieve the result? I'm like, you never can guarantee someone result, because the result is varied depending on how much effort you put into it. Like you basically give the same training and coaching to two people. One of them gonna be rich, some of them gonna be broke. It's unfortunately that's the nature of it. Like not everyone can have the same result. And I know some of you that in the mastermind, obviously we are surrounded by these high achievers and a lot of wins, and everyone see each other's win and they get so wow, like he made some 30K this month, he made 50K this month, like why I cannot do it? And some of you came back to us and said, I don't know, it's been 3 months, I just made 3K and I saw this person made 30K in the first month, like why I couldn't do that? Do not compare yourself with others. It's like everyone is different. And all it matters is that as long as you keep pushing, as long as you believe in yourself and get the right mentorship, you will get there, right? You might have a bit of a slower start than someone else, but then you're gonna have a bit of more accelerated, path along the way. Someone might be a little bit more faster at the beginning, but they're gonna slow down. So don't compare yourself. Think of like a 12 months and what I'm achieving in these 12 months. That's what matter. But yeah, everyone's different. Scaling the business, like everything, like this, for both doing involve risk. Everything has risk, and the most risk that anyone could take is entrepreneurs. It's very, very risk. So that's the reality about it. So we're gonna go through that one. We will see. There's a lot of proof. At the beginning of his presentation, it was all proof, 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 proof. That's it. So this one is an interesting one. Basically, the money model is based on attraction, upsells, downsells, continuity. Attraction offer is that something he covered in the $100 million lead and $100 million offer books. Put it one in the chat if you guys read those two books, $100 million leads and $100 million offer, and put 2 in the chat if you haven't. Question, can we get your how to do a boot camp? Your boot camps are off the chain and very interesting. So maybe Tatiana can respond to the chats because I'm by myself. It's hard for me to present and also respond to the chat. But Tatiana, if there's any question, just bring it to my attention. So I can respond. So 222 So two means that you haven't read his books or what? Like, I'm very surprised. Most of the people haven't read the books. Is that correct? Oh, wow. That's very, very interesting. I thought like 90% of people in the world, entrepreneurs should have read his books, but that's very interesting. Okay, so if you guys haven't read those books, not to worry. You could go buy them, but a lot of those books that we $100 million offer, $100 million, it's like the prompts and training behind a lot of these tools in the lab are based on those. And so you don't have to worry to learn it. So you can execute it because I got obsessed with that. I turned it to the prompt and that's what it is. And also you have these mentors here. So if you guys want to get some advice, you're more than welcome to go to these mentors and chat with it. This is trained based on $100 million offer. This is trained based on $100 million lead. And this is Russell Brunson is based on perfect webinar. And we very, very soon we're going to add a money model too. But yeah, his books are like one of the best books in the world that I read. There's so much value. You can see in my background, actually, his books on there. Out of over 100 books that I read, I would just rate, especially $100 million offer book was absolutely insane. So yeah, his money model is the attraction. Number two is the upsell, downsell, continuity. So with that downsell thing is, if someone says no to you, like a lot of you guys here, you're selling high ticket AI services, right? What about if they say no to you? You always need to have a downsell offer or multiple downsell offer. If someone said no to you, you don't let go of that client because you can bring them on a lower ticket offer. You give them value, you help them, and they're gonna buy your upsell later on. So we have the downsell ourselves on the sales call. Like we have a couple of actually downsells, right? So we do that money model ourselves in our business. And one thing you guys can do as well, like those of you guys that provide AI done for you AI services. If someone doesn't have a budget, you could downsell, for example, AIpreneurs Business Lab or software, and you're getting 50% lifetime commission for that, right? It's easy money, there's no fulfillment. So if someone gonna say, I can't afford like 20K to pay to you to get it done for me, blah blah blah. I said, would you be willing open to like get a little bit of more like a done with you offer, that something that you could execute it yourself, but it's a software that you could do it, and they're gonna say, oh, I'm interested. Then you can demo them the software and you can demo them lead hack everything. You say, you with this, you can get everything yourself, you can get it done yourself. Then you can downsell it to that. And you're making 50% commission. There's no fulfillment. It's 100% pure profit, right? And so that's it. That could be one of your downsells because you have it done for you as your main offer, or you have it done with you, or do it yourself as a lower ticket downsells. And we have that too. So that's super important. Anyone that say no to your offer, never ever let go of that customer. Have a couple of downsells offer. That's one of the thing. Upsells are super important. Upsells and add-ons. And one of the reason that we created Lead Hacker, obviously because we're resolving the biggest issue and problem that the people have is a client acquisition, and that resolved one of the biggest issue. But what is our money model look like with the Lead Hacker, and why did we do that? The reason we did that because I was like, okay, well, my business is good. I'm growing really nicely, but the people pay me $5,000 for the subscription of the software. However, what is the continuity to it? Of course, the continuity when they renew next year, but I have to wait 12 months for people to renew for me to get that money. So for me, that money model was broken. If the one thing that the Alex Hormozi is teaching about, that you need to get your customers to pay you over and over and over on the continuity, on the daily basis, on the weekly basis, on the monthly basis, not just the one-off wait for another year. So that's I knew that was an issue. Being a good marketer and obviously doing a lot of study, being in the high coaching program, I knew my money model is not nice. Then I always was thinking, Atena, how can I bring the continuity to it? How can I bring something that's going to give people so much value that we could charge them over and over and over? Then when we come with the lead hacker business model, and that's when we said, okay, so we're going to charge per lead, like cents. And then what happens is that the client is going to buy more and more from you. And now we're making money every hour. Literally, we're making money every hour. My continuity now is every hour. It used to be every year. So you guys can see that how much our business started accelerating, but just changing one business model changing is a genius thing to have 100% increase in the business in a couple of weeks that we had because of that, right? And now what is on white label? White label is going to come very soon to this community, right? Once the white label come, we also have a money model for that one too. How can we continuously make money out of the white label without charging our client? Because at the end of the day, we want to be the cheapest, the best solution, and to be able to as many people as possible to buy our product. So we're gonna say, oh, we're not gonna charge for white label because if we're going to tell to people you can white label and you can sell to hundreds of thousands of people without paying anything to us, you can go charge whatever you want. You can have 100 clients under your white label and you pay $0 to us. You can charge them whatever you want. Then what happens that everyone's gonna go on the white label because it's too good offer. It's a grand Islam offer, irresistible offer. Then it's gonna spread like a virus. Then I'm gonna, how are we gonna make money though? Right? And I'm gonna share that secrets about how we're gonna make money out of that, right? So this is again money model, guys. This is so genius. Like try to create a model that is so good for your clients that they're gonna say, shut up, take my money. This is so good. And at the same time, you have the continuity in your model. That's how you can scale a business to $10 million, $100 million, $1 billion, whether you're looking at the valuation or on the revenue. So these business model are super important. And for you guys as well that have a lead hacker, right? Because I want to create, when I think about every time I create something, I always think about what is the money model for my client, not just myself. It's not about me, it's about them. And I also started thinking about how you guys can make money out of the white label by having that continuity yourself. So for example, with the lead hacker, you pay us wholesale, you can have a markup of your own. So if you have 100, for example, white label clients under your account, not only us can make money out of the lead hacker, you can make money out of lead hacker too. So you can charge them like a 5K, for example, 3K, 2K, whatever you want to do. And at the same time, you have that continuity in your business to be able to have a markup on the lead hacker. So you can make that continuity business. So your business can go to a million, 10 million, 100 million, right? So basically we create a money model for us and for our clients. This is how it's create a grand Islam offer that in the history, everyone's going to talk to each other. It's so good to be true. And the people are going to say, it's so good to be true. That is that every single time I have someone that say it's too good to be true, I'll say, this is right. Your grand Islam offer has to be so good that your customer is going to tell you it's too good to be true. This is how it should be, right? Like what I just told you guys. You probably think it's too good to be true, Atena, but this is reality. We are creating a grand Islam offer for you guys because you make money, we make money. And you make money, you're going to have more people to make money, right? You're going to bring more people into it. You're going to do more referral. You're going to have this. This is basically how the business works. And you guys need to apply this money model to your business. And one thing that we're going to coach you guys in this mastermind community a lot more from more now is about looking at all of your area of your business: attraction model, upsell, downsell, continuity. What does your continuity look like? What does your downsell look like? What does your upsell look like? Because like we always been told, like by a lot of the gurus, and that you want to make more money, pay more money into the marketing, right? But that is false. You don't have to pay more money into the marketing to be able to make a lot more money. Do we spend more money on the marketing? How much my business grew just in the last 2 months? Is insane how much growth we had. And we haven't paused the ads. We run no ads. And my business just keep growing. Why? Because of the money model. It's not because of us spending more money on ad. I will pause the ad. I don't need to run ads anymore to grow this business to 100%, 200%, 300%. Literally. So again, like what is important? You build a foundation, you have a right money model to be able to scale it to the next level. Any question up until here before I go to the next slide? Or any questions in the chat, Tatiana? Maybe you can just ask me.
Yeah, we don't have any questions so far. I'm just very active in the chat, but yeah, guys, if you have questions, you're welcome to just use the raise your hand button and let us know and come up on camera.
No questions. We're gonna go to next. Okay. So, and when that happens, your business is scale as fast as you can handle, right? This is what calls the smart people. You're not just putting more money into the ads. No, this is about your entire business model. And that's how you can 2x, 10x, and then you guys learning that too. And you guys, a lot of you are doing coaching, right? You're helping your clients. Your clients absolutely have no idea. Like 90% of you, and you guys are in the high level mastermind, 90% of you said that you haven't even read the Hormozi's other books. And that just proved to me that if you guys go and help other businesses, they have absolutely no clue about money model, about 100 grand Islam offer, and all of these things that you guys are learning in this group. They have no idea. You guys can become the mentor, right? You go to a business and I can literally 10x the business without spending more money on ad. How much they're gonna be raving fan? How much their money they're gonna pay you? But this is like things that you guys learning. You can go help other people because there's so many entrepreneurs in this world struggling because they don't get the proper mentorship. That's it. They don't do the proper mentor. How many businesses like they spend the time to get obsessed with Hormozi, read his books, do all of his training? Like I've watched all of the Hormozi's acquisition.com training. He's got hundreds of hours of training I watch. It's called obsession, right? There's one person out of 1,000 people might get obsessed with that and do this to this extent. And then I know we go and use the AI, create a prompt for it, try to, train your AI model to be able to work, create your offers based on hormones. Like this sort of thing is like 1 in a million that people have access to it. That's how it's create opportunity for you guys to help and change the entrepreneurship game for a lot of the businesses that are failing and they don't know about any of this. So the opportunity is here. So everything you guys learn, I'm gonna say, how can I help someone else with this thing that I'm learning, with this thing that I can execute? So money model, it can work with any business, as you can see, anything that sells stuff to anyone. Basically, I love that paper part at the end. And I know that they work because of the truth. So anyway, I'm not going to go through this again. Software, information services, physical products, it will work with any business. It works in all of them, including you. And then again, proof. He's saying it's not theory. I actually quite love that one because I'm also a big fan of like not teaching theory. With the lead hacker, when we launch it, I still don't feel comfortable to tell you guys about what exactly you can offer it as a price or what can guarantee stuff because it's still theory. Like we started getting 3 case study, which made me a little bit more comfortable to tell that. But I never like to talk about the theory and teach something theory because theory means nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. If someone's going to teach me anything, I'll pay $0 for any coach that want to sell me theory. It's all about the experiments. Even with the sales, we put it together sales system. You guys know that we put together amazing robust sales system that is very, very, we went and covered that in the bootcamp. So if you guys missed that bootcamp training, definitely review that. That is an absolutely insane strategy that I shared step by step about what we did. Qualifying the lead and instant financing, right? We had a huge boost in our sales and the conversion rate since we done that. But a lot of this is that how do you think that I got success? Because I just paid someone so much money, hundreds of thousands to put together this robot system for me. And now I'm teaching you guys for free in the Mastermind, right? So very generous that everything I'm learning and I'm spending money to learn myself to execute my business, and I'm coming and teach to you guys so that you guys can save money by spending those things. But it's just because it doesn't come from theory, guys. It comes from someone that experimented and grew the businesses to multi-seven figures. And by executing this system into them, and because it's a proven system, that's why it's work. It's not theory, right? So very bad when someone try to sell the theory and because the theory doesn't work. Because when realistically, when you go execute something, it end up being 360% different from what you thought, because it's always execution and the stuff that you're going to learn actually what works, not the assumptions. So anyway, so 2 type of people, I'm not going to go through that one. This is like all sales sales tactics. We're going to go there. I love quite this. This is very good, guys. We do that at the beginning of our webinars too. Russell Brunson does that too. Every time you guys have a webinar, just try to create incentive for people to stay all the way, right? Say by the end of this webinar, I'm gonna have I have been having a secret project that I've been working for 4 years. It creates excitement. That's better than NFT. It creates excitement. Less than Bitcoin, right? Yes, 1,000%. And every single person here live today will get one for free, right? If you stay until the end. So that's basically creating an incentive for people to stay all the way, because his live stream went for over 8 hours, and that's pretty good. Single one of you do webinars, you need to have something to give away at the end and create excitement so people will stick around, because usually around 50 to 60 minutes mark in webinars, people start dropping, and we experiment that so many times. And when you try to give a really, really good gift, it's always the create incentive for that number to be higher. So I can't tell you again, this is like creating excitement. It's only with people here that will get it for free. Okay, so we're gonna go through that. Promise. There's a lot of promise and proof in his presentation. That talking about promise and proof. This is all proof. So proof again. Proof. It's talking about proof. It's all about the proof. Here we go. So he was talking about proof for like literally 45 minutes. Okay. So what we're gonna do is that this is super important. There is how do we kill? Why the businesses? There's one thing. How do we scale a business? And then what is one thing that kill the businesses? Okay. So we're gonna through that. And because it's very, very simple. There's only one thing that killed the businesses. They run out of money. It's very simple. We actually have the similar wording in our presentation. So one thing in our presentation says that what is the number one reason that the businesses fail? And the next slide is because they have no customers. Then I said no customer, it means no cash flow. That means no money, right? So it's very, very simple. And the reason that obviously I do that because my presentation is all about marketing and saying that how important the marketing is. And that's why I said because they have no customer, they run out of cash flow. And then Hormozi, in a kind of like a similar way, he emphasized on the importance of the cash flow. And he was saying that all of the cash flow, those are businesses that fail is because of the cash flow. But the businesses also said, well, oh, this is actually quite interesting. Here's something that you probably didn't know. What percentage of the businesses do it to lose money every year? Okay, so I do have something similar in my presentation. I said that how many actually businesses in US just close the door every year. I do something similar, but he says 10%, 15%, 18%, not even close. Try 3x of that. According to the Federal Reserve, 54% of the businesses lose money or break even every year. This is horrible. You think about it, you work so hard, and more than half of the businesses, they lose money, or at best they are break even, right? Every year. Don't even think about like a first year. It usually takes the businesses a couple of years to become to profit. And that's a reality. And that means that you work 80 hours a week, all year around. You miss all of your weekends, holidays, school plays, family dinners, and birthday and nights out. And you take on more risk than any person that reasonably should, and end up poorer than you started. And it shouldn't be that way. It really shouldn't be that way. And that's why the Hormozi obviously has a big mission of trying to educate these businesses and to be able to not do it to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. But then you might think, well, the other 46% must be what? They're making money? Guess again. Of the 46% that make any money, what do you think they're actually taking home? Maybe just put in the chat. What do you guys think that the 46% that are not break even and make money, how much do you think they're taking home? Put in the chat. Just have a guess out of curiosity. Put in the chat. 20%? No, how much money? Like 10,000, 20,000, 50, 50, 10, less than 100. Yeah, it's actually really horrible, this statistic. And this is interesting. You listen to the Instagram, you would think everyone is a millionaire. I so much love that picture. You know, the people that post a picture of Lamborghini and private jet and stuff, and there's a teenager in there. There's actually, guys, there's a truth. I honestly had a breakthrough when I was in Miami a couple of months ago. There was a bunch of teenager guys. Honestly, they were like 18, 19 years old. They were making like 7-figure a month. And I was like, I need to find out what is the secret sauce. I need to find out, like, and then I got close to them when we started making friendship, and then we started having drink, and then we started going a bit, okay, how did you do that? And then it took them a while to open up, and they said, hey, okay. And obviously they knew that I broke all the break record in the school, and they said that, okay, we tell you what we did. If you tell us how you could actually, you know, achieve those school break record and also build a $20 million company in 1 year. And we started exchanging the secret sauce. So they told me what it is. And I shared in the bootcamp. I'm not going to share it again. If you guys missed that, this is what I share with you guys. Day 3 of the bootcamp, I've shared that secret sauce step by step what they do to make 7-figure a month. So it's not that hard. And you guys deserve more than that, right? But that's a reality, right? Like, how many people get the opportunity to hang out with these millionaires, to be in network of them? And I met them through the 8-figure boardroom. So 8-figure boardroom is a very high level mastermind that is part of the Cohort and Closes IO. It's a $68,000 a year mastermind, right? And you have to be 8-figure plus to be in that mastermind. So of course, like, when you go to this group, networking groups like this, you're gonna see these people, and then you're gonna make friendship with them, and they're gonna share with you what they do, and that's what you learn. But how many people in this world gonna get the opportunity to be around these people? Do they have 68,000 a year? Do they have like either 8-figure to be? But this is the thing, you hang out with them, and I never hold back. Anything that I always learn, I want to share with you guys, because I want to change the entrepreneurship game too, like Hormozi does. It's one of my biggest mission, and anything I can do to share, to be able to help my members, help our clients to get those achieved, we do that. So if you missed the day 3 of the bootcamp, do yourself a favor and go watch that. That was a very, 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 very epic, and that was probably one of the best content out of all the 3 days that was there. So anyway, but this is just a very, like, 1 in a million. This is not a normal result, right? So nope. So what about 250,000 a year, 100,000, 74,000? Nope. So basically what the data shows 48,000. So out of those 48 businesses that make money, they're only taking home 48,000, which is like, it's under the minimum wage. Under the minimum wage in Australia, under the minimum, like a labor in Australia make a lot more money, twice more money than that. If you think about it, like this is horrible for an entrepreneur. And they don't even get to that on the year one. Most of them, if you think about it, they get there like year 3 or 4, right? So yeah, basically. And to get sued, stolen from, and this has all happened too. They get sued, they get a stolen from, call a bad guy for trying to make it on their own. That's a problem. And that doesn't have to be that way. All right, so we're gonna keep going. So the whole point is that, so one of the biggest issue we find in the industries is that the people spend more money to actually acquire a client than the client would pay them, right? Because the customer acquisition is super expensive in the Facebook, in the paid advertising in general. That's why a lot of the people went down the path of what? Organic. If you think about it, in the last 12 to 18 months, you see that a lot of the more businesses know more into organic than doing the Facebook ad. Why? Because Facebook ads becoming more and more expensive. Because as more competition comes, more expensive. So what is the solution to that? Lead hacker. So lead hacker, guys, obviously is one of the solution to that, because you guys can get the high intent, ready to buy leads, qualified leads with the qualification information for cents. Versus in the Facebook advertising, it costs you like $5, $10, $20, $50. Sometimes it's the same with the Google AdWords. So that's actually one of the solution. And the reason I'm telling you guys is that you sell a lead hacker as like that. If you guys want to do webinars, go do a webinar and educate people. Just say that the people cannot afford to pay money in the Facebook advertising anymore because it's just too expensive. What is the solution? Lead hacker. Then introduce lead hacker to them. How we can actually go and get the high intent ready to buy lead, because then the conversion rate is going to be much higher and it's going to be much cheaper. We're selling you a high intent lead that is actively looking for those products right now at this moment. Versus that the Facebook advertising, you're just going to go down a path of, having a big impression, and with the people that are not even problem over. A lot of them not even problem over. Or I had an interest years ago or month ago, and I see the ads. There was a couple of times that I bought something, I was looking for something, I bought it. And again, up to 6 months to come, I keep saying the ads about them. Like, you're so stupid, Facebook, because I already bought this. I don't need this service anymore. So that is the difference with Facebook advertising versus lead hacker. Lead hacker, you're able to get the ready to buy high intent list right at the moment. So what I do is that if you guys missed that on the lead hacker launch, and because we didn't do a big announcement about when we launched the lead hacker in our software. So if you go guys in here, some of you are new, you haven't explored it, this is where it is. You go to the lead hacker and you have the site ID, you have the search ID, you also have a B2B. I don't want to go through that, explain in deep dive, but very overview, big picture overview. Site ID, you're able to catch all of your website visitors as long as they are human, they're not bots. So that means that if you have any funnel or have any website, there's only 5% of people opt into it, you are able to catch the rest of the 95% by spending only cents. Number 2 is the search ID campaigns, that you're able basically to go and find the high intent, ready to buy people that searching on search engine, but not only search engine, because we have the partnership with a lot of these internet providers. We also to be able to catch them, like if they even search in a particular website. For example, I'm going to Dell website to buy a laptop. We're able to catch them, right? So that is really good. And we're able to catch them live, basically live, so with no delay. This is the amazing part of it. If I'm looking for a particular product right now, we're able to catch them. So we could omni-channel market to them. So your Facebook ads, based on the case study that we had, we were able to reduce the cost per acquisition and the ROI much higher with the lead hacker leads, because it's high intent leads. If you guys need help to implement it in your business, all you need to do is having a one-click integration with the Facebook and come to the calls with the Azrael with us. Okay, if you come to the calls with the Azrael, we have a session every week with him. Then he's able to help you guys with that integration, how to set up your campaign and all of that. So that's super important. He did have a mention yesterday about the lead hacking and how because he's got lots of experience with that. He's using a similar software that doesn't do the search ID but does the site ID, but it's much more expensive. It's just for the e-commerce. It's got a minimum traffic. He's got lots of experience in that, so he can help you guys to set it up properly. But take advantage of this. Honestly, this is amazing, and for your clients too. start doing webinars, start doing webinar, educate people about that, educate people about why the business is dying, why they don't have cash flow, why the client acquisition, one of the biggest issue, why the Facebook advertising dying the businesses, because they spend more money to acquire clients that actually the client is spending with them. So this is a problem. This needs to be changed. Introduce lead hackers, sell them leads at the end of the webinar, create a irresistible offer for them, right? And then we tell you how you create a irresistible offer with the money model. But a lot of opportunity here. So yeah, but obviously Hormozi doesn't talk about the lead hacker because he doesn't know about it. And until that, maybe I'm trying to get a meeting to have with the team to see if we could have some partnership or collaboration there. But what he's talking about here is about this. He's saying that instead of trying to spend so much money just to continuously acquire a client, which is a problem, instead try to do what? So instead try to do, let me just go there. You try to have the continuous offer for your clients, which call like an upsells, not just the upsell, also downsell. If you have like a multiple offers that you could provide to the clients based on the need, that's what matters. And with the clients, every time they are in a particular journey, and you need to know when to upsell them to, which in the money model he goes really deep dive into it. We're not going to go deep dive into that. I would do a particular like a masterclass just about upsells and how to do it. When is the right time to do the upsell? How your upsell need to look like? How do you make your upsell to be irresistible offer? So the upsell is so important to about when it happens. When the upsell happens is everything. Because if you don't get the timing right, you're gonna lose your upsell. So timing is everything with the upsell. And we go a little bit more deep dive into a different masterclass. But $100 million money model is a sequence of offer that makes a customer spend twice as much as you do on them in 30 days or less. And the time is super important, guys, right? Some of you have upsells, but the upsells happen too late, like happen 6 months after you acquire your client. But this doesn't work like that. If you want to build a proper business, you need to have your continue to upsell happen in 30 days. Okay, so that's super, super important in the shortest period of time. And one other thing that kills the businesses, guys, is this payment plan. Do not do payment plan with your clients. Payment plans is clearing your cash flow, because you do a payment plan like say, oh, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and then okay, well, that's not good for you because you need to get all of that money up front. And that's why we went so much deep dive how we could increase 60% in our revenue by literally just doing this qualification financing thing. This is basically what it is. All of you in the high ticket industry, you need to get all of that money up front by having the instant financing. Instant financing is make a huge difference. So to give you guys a bit of the perspective, we get 70% of our sales going through the instant financing. 70%. When we didn't have that, what did it happen? It was a lot of payment plan. We have so much payment plan. And what is the problem with payment plan? I have to wait until my money comes. What is the number 2 problem with payment plan? Unfortunately, payments get declined. There's so many people payment get declined on month 2 and 3, and you have to continuously chase them. This is a very bad money model. You don't want to have that money model. The money model for the high ticket has to be instant financing to get your money up front, to build the cash flow, use that cash flow to build a team, to put back to the tech, to put that back to the coaching, to be able to scale your business. That's a very simple thing, right? So yeah, that's basically it. So that's what the Hormozi is talking about. So getting the money up front is super important, and try to have us upsell in the 30 days or less. So we're going to go through that attraction, upsells, downsells, and continuity with the money model. So a cash flow is the key, basically. It's the thing that guarantees you can stay in the business. Very, very simple. You have no cash flow, you have no business. Any of you that, guys, you just have a one-time offer, you trust someone to provide some services for them, and then you exchange time with money, I'm telling you, your money model is 0 out of 100. It's broken, and you're not able to survive that business. You're not able to survive that business. You need to change your business model. Your business model has to be something that your client, you have the upsell strategy, you have to continue to your business. That's super, super important. Continuity is everything to the business. I keep emphasizing about that. So let me prove that to you. So this is proving about these businesses that could survive through the hardest time and biggest economic shift that happened. COVID come, like a lot of things that have World War I, World War II. So Hormozi went and did a study. He said that what is the common between all of these businesses that could survive through all of the world's disaster? Continuity, cash flow. Why? Because of the continuity. The business model had a continuity. So because of the continuity subscription, they could survive. So they kept making more money. They kept making money. That's very simple. Okay. So we're gonna go through that. Making more money. So in other words, they've got broken money model. It's still talking about the businesses that fails because they got broken money model. There was one of you that I did coach in the Mastermind community last week. We had a discussion about that, saying that, oh, you know, we are a relationship coach, and the problem is that the program that we do is that It helped it helped the couples that they never come back to us because they don't need us anymore. And that's a broken money model. If you have that business model, that's a broken one. I'm telling you, your business is going to fail eventually. You need to have a business that continues to be able to sell to the system. And then I would say, but they don't need they don't need our help anymore. Like, how do we do? And then I completely broke down the money model. How your money model has to be different. How you need to start trying to maybe to do the 3 days bootcamp and then upsell it to the a bit longer term program, upsell it to this and that. Then you need to create a client journey. And then Hormozi had the same issue. He literally discussed in one of his slides that he did the same issue, that he used to give the leads to the clients that they didn't need his help anymore. And this happened to me too, right? So in the past, when I used to provide the done for you services, this problem happened to me because I was giving so much lead to the clients that they would say, Atena, and I had the continuity in my business. I was charging like a monthly as well. But what happened is that because the lead was too much on the first month, they would say, I don't need any more leads because my business cannot handle that, Atena. My business cannot handle, I don't need to run ads, so they stop paying me. Not because I provided bad service, because I provided an over too good service. So that's also a problem. Then I was start thinking, Atena, what are you doing wrong here? What do you need to change here to get the people to, if you're giving them too many leads, they're gonna stop paying you. Why do you need, then I changed my niche. I was like, I'm not gonna sell to a business from now onwards that don't have a sales team, because I know I'm comfortably can say I can bring them hundreds of leads guaranteed. But then what is the point when they don't have a sales team? They don't have a sales team to close their list. They're gonna stop paying me. Of course they're gonna stop paying me. So I changed my niche. I said that now, from now onwards, I'm only going to help the businesses that have a sales team. So the first question I would ask in the discovery call is, what is the size of your sales team? Are you able to scale? If I bring you 1,000 leads in 3 months, are you able to scale it? Right? So what did I change here? Nothing. My offer is the same. I just changed my niche. I just changed who I work with. All of a sudden, a huge difference in the business, right? So this is sort of a small thing, small change, huge swing in your business, right? So, okay, so we're gonna go to the next one. So this is super important. Get twice as many. So this is how you can scale a business. Okay, this is make customers twice as valuable, twice as many of them, and get them to pay you twice as fast. All of a sudden, you're 8x in your business. Very simple. 2 times 2 times 2. But what if you 3 times enough, 3 times more valuable? What does it mean 3 times more valuable? That means the higher prices, right? So that's increasing your prices, something a lot of you have the limited belief. You just think that people cannot pay you. And I'm telling you, I'm doing coaching to you guys every single week in the mastermind. And that comes like as an object. I always say, people that can't pay me, they're not going to pay me 20,000. Guys, people pay $100,000 to spend a day with Hormozi and Layla. There's so much money sitting in this world. Right? If you think that no one's going to pay you $20,000 to 2x, 3x their business, this is completely not just limited belief. That's all it is. So increasing your prices, try to focus on the value you give to the customer. Increasing the price is one thing. We increase the price of the mastermind. You guys are aware of it. And what happened since? We are still having 70% close rate. And that's, I was having actually a meeting with my sales team yesterday. And this is what I told them after seeing all of the metrics. Guys, since we increased our prices, our close rate stayed the same. 70% close rate. 10 out of the 7 discovery calls we do, we close them. But why? What I'm doing here, am I spending more money into the ads? A small change, huge swing in the business. Conversion rate is the same, close rate is the same, everything is the same, but I'll make a lot more money. That's it. It's very simple. It's limited belief. A lot of you think, yeah, if I'm going to increase my money, no one's going to buy from me, I'm going to lose my customer. That's limited belief. But one thing I've learned from Hormozi and Alex Hormozi and also Tony Robbins is this. If you want to have loyal customers, try to grandfather them whatever they sell them. Then you're going to have loyal customers that are going to stick around with you for years to come. This is the model that we implement in our business. What did we say? Every time we increase the price, it's not going to affect the existing clients. So every year that you need to renew, you renew for whatever price that you bought from us at that time, even if the price of today is 10x more. What we're creating here is loyalty. We reward the loyalty, and then that's going also to affect the close rate. Because when we try to sell, the people kind of started getting used to AIpreneurs continuously increasing the price. So they know that, and we don't do announcement. It's not that we're going to do the announcement. You're going to say, I'm going to wait before Atena increase the prices. I'm going to buy them. No, because Atena doesn't do announcement. If you want to buy now, you buy now because I might increase my price tomorrow. So this is this. So you create a loyalty with your existing customer. They stick around because they feel so special. They got grandfather what they did. It's not going to affect them at all. It's only going to affect the new clients, and it's create a scarcity in your community and your thing. Because then that they're going to be conditioned to the fact that I need to buy now because I don't know when the price is going to go up. A genius business model, you can implement it. To have the loyal customers that are going to stick around, and at the same time to be able to increase your close rate. Yeah. So you can apply that too. So again, like going back to Hormozi, 3 times charge them more. And now with the lead hacker that you guys have, it's creating opportunity for you guys to be able to increase your prices. You could provide a lead hacker as a bonus that could justify to charge a bit more. And you get 3 times more customers, and also you get them to pay 3 times as fast. So for example, if your business model is that try to do the upsells over 12 months, bring that 12 months into 4 months instead. If your upsell strategy 12 months plan, make it to be 4 months plan. So 3 times faster. Then what you're doing here, 27x in business. Not that difficult. Literally a small tweak, huge swing. Yeah. So anyway, 100% money model is how my gym, again, it's proof. I'm not going to go through all of this. Proof. So basically, going to go back here. So what is a money model again? You can get attraction offer, which is the Grand Slam offer. Grand Slam offer.
So no. Jessica's saying I have to stay.
That's so cute, whoever it was. So yeah, so Grand Slam offer, you create an irresistible offer that anyone would feel stupid to say no, with having urgency, a scarcity, bonus guarantee. 4 elements of your offer has to be urgency, a scarcity, bonus guarantee. If you guys want to go deep dive about how to learn about how to create a irresistible offer, the day 1 of the bootcamp, we cover that. AI agency offer initial monetization. The whole training is there. You can go and explore it. Okay. So gonna go back to here. So that's attraction. Number 2 is upsell, really profitable. Number 3 is downsell. If someone say no to you, you still have to have a downsell offer and continuity. That's it. Every single business here, they need to have this money model. That's how it's going to differentiate you guys from all of those businesses that fail or taking 48,000 home every year. All right, so all of this with just a couple of a small tweak, yeah? Small tweak, huge tweak. I learned that from Russell Brunson too, a lot. That's one of the other people that had a big influence in my life and my learning. I've been doing marketing and stuff for 15 years, so it's not new to me, but I was one of the very few people that got into Russell Brunson's world. I've been to his programs. I read all of his books, got obsessed with him. Like he so much talks about a small change, huge swing, a small change, huge swing. So I've learned a lot from him. And yes, and Hormozi obviously repeating all of these things, and it's just a proven things, not theory. So that doesn't make a business to be impossible to keep. Okay, we're gonna keep going. And then obviously there's 4 things that you could do. You could sell in person, you could sell online, salesman, self-checkout. Any of these 4, the money could be applied to it. So downsell offers. So let me prove it to you. Reward again. Proof. So this is interesting. So what the most streams that Hormozi is going through a broken business versus a money model business. Okay, he compared them, which is really nice. He says that most of the gyms are bad at money model. Free trial, gym membership. That's what they do. So what happens is this, and it's all about the numbers, guys. If you think about it, like the next few slide, it's just the simple calculation of the number. So it's gonna say they spend $100 to get 1 free trial. It takes the three trials to actually get someone to pay $100 a month membership. Okay, which means that it costs them $300 per paid members, who pays $100 per month, which means it takes 3 months to break even. Broken system. What does the money model say? You need to be able to make twice more than how much you spend to acquire as a client in 30 days. Make a note of that. You need to, get twice more than, get the customer to pay twice more than how much you spend to acquire the clients in 30 days. With this model is completely broken because it takes them 3 months to become break even, forgetting about the, to actually become profitable in 3 months. So it's completely against the money model. Then how do we change it? With a small tweak, huge swing in the business. We're not spending more money on the marketing. We're just changing the business model. Many members quit within 4 months. Yeah. And this is a problem because usually with the gym, what happens is that the people are usually excited for the first few months. And then after the first few months, they obviously, you know, they lose the momentum and they stop using it. So that means that the business never ever end up become profitable. Never. At best, they're gonna be break even. So it's a broken system. That's why they fail. So how do we do it with the money model? Money model, it says that I spend the same $100 to get a customer instead of a trial. Win your money back. So the customer spent $500 upfront with a win your money back offer. So they say that instead of spending $100 a month, they say that give me $500, but you're gonna get all of that $500 back or credited to your account. So the customer gonna feel like they won jackpot because they're gonna say, oh wow, like if I do these certain actions, then I can get my money back that end up being free. So what do those look like? Okay, so that's gonna look like this. Which work will look like that? So they say gonna do X in Y time within these rules. For example, if you're going to come to the gym every day for the next 2 weeks and do an hour treadmill, and then we're gonna give your money back. And why we trying to incentivize the customer to take action. And that's super, super important because the number one reason the businesses fail is the activation point on the first few weeks that a client is actually start engaging with the business or offer. Because if the client is not engaged with the business or offer, then they're not going to continue using your services. Then you lose the continuity, use the upsell opportunity, use all of that. That's why the business fell. So this is so genius. Anyone knows the heroes? Alex Baker, the founder of the Heroes, he actually brought him, yes, Tilly. So Alex Hormozi brought him on the stage on the book launch, and Heroes actually break down about they offer about how they actually get the people to buy more from them and to be able to engage them so they stick around. It's exactly he did the same thing. So this is what he said. And I tell you guys about what we do. We do something like similar, not exactly the same way, but we're going to change it from going onwards to actually implement this exact money model, especially after hearing Alex Baker that does apply that model to his software. He said that we're going to say if you want to get the priority support, it's $1,000 a year. If you want to get the priority support, it's $1,000 a year. However, if you're going to do this and that, then we're going to give it to you for free. So that $1,000 get unlocked for you for free. What it does that is encourage the clients to have the activation point the first 2 weeks of engaging with the business. Super, super important. And then one thing we found, okay, so every single refund that we had in this business, we did a study about why. There is 100% of there's something in common. I'm not saying in 99%, guys, 100% something in common. They just haven't used the product. That's it. They haven't used the product. After 2 weeks, they just send an email and ask for a refund. And that's what we found as the issue. The issue is not us. It's not our service. It's not our software. The issue is the activation point. What did we do differently to change that? We know we set up a pipeline in our GHL. We have the customer's activation point in the first 14 days. And those of you that have started coming to our awards, you notice that we touch base with you daily. We're giving you bonuses. We unlock the add-ons for you for free. Why we do all of this? The first 14 days, we want you to engage with the business and to test the software because we know for a fact if you do that, you're going to become a raving fan. You're not going to request refund. You're going to use our service. You're going to tell to other people, and you're going to create a potential upsell and potential continuity for us. Because when you succeed, we succeed. Right? So that's it. It's a very simple activation point. So it's also apply what I'm saying now. I know a lot of you have communities in the school, guys. The same thing applied during the school game. When we had 350 new clients, every single one of them requested refund or didn't stick around 6 months because they didn't engage with the business. They didn't use it. There was no activation point. 100% of them. So if you guys having a school committee, especially like a paid committee, it's super, super important to get the people to have activation point the first 2 weeks. Otherwise, are they going to request refund and then they're going to continue next month? So what you could do is this. So what we're going to do differently from now, because after me hearing about the Alex Bacon, I made a decision to do something differently. I made a decision to say, okay, these add-ons that we have add-ons. We're selling there like a success manager for 10K a year. So you get access to Tatiana whenever you need to get that one-on-one. We're selling the add-ons for upgrade into enterprise software. We have a lot of add-ons here that we're selling you. Some of you are aware of that because we sold you in the past. Some of you are not aware of it. This is what I thought we would do. We were going to say, when we onboard, when the Tatiana onboard a new client, they're gonna say, if you're gonna do this and this and that, this is a roadmap, personalized roadmap I have for the next 2 weeks that I want you to do. I want you to launch your AI just in the next 2 weeks, and this is what you need to do. Do you think you can do that? And if they do that, we unlock 12-month success manager for them for free to save them $10,000. We basically rewarding them $10,000 for taking action the first 2 weeks. $10,000 is worth it. What happens? They're going to take action. They're going to see a quick result. They're going to become raving fan, and then we can upsell them in the future to the Inner Circle program, to the one-on-one program. A lot of you haven't been even offered the Inner Circle program. We have a high-ticket Inner Circle program that some of you are part of it. We're not doing a large announcement on it. Why? Because we only offer to the people that feel like it's a right fit at that moment. We don't offer it to everyone. It's so exclusive. If you feel like you are on that journey, that we're ready to go to that Inner Circle program to get that extra help and support to branding, there's a lot of things in the Inner Circle program inclusive. To get that, then we offer it to you, right? So that's it. So if we're gonna give you to take action the first 2 weeks, and you're gonna get your first client the first month. So one thing we find about that, we have another pipeline that we're tracking your success. So every time that you guys share the success with Tatiana or in the community, we track them. So what we find is that 70% of you, it get your first client, which is your first client's a high ticket that pay for the entire investment within the month 3. This is what we found out, 70%, okay? And then me and Tatiana were brainstorming that, so how can we reduce that to be second month or first month? This is what we came up with. If we're going to give that success manager, if you take a certain action the first 2 weeks, so you can launch your agency and then potentially you can get your first client, because the quicker you do that, then your first client come quicker. Instead of becoming month 2 or 3, it could become month 1. Then all of a sudden we shift in our number, we bring the people to get the result quicker. When they get the result quicker, what happens? What happens? It's a lot easier for our business, obviously, to have like build that branding, because we're using that as statistics in the sales calls, in the branding. And on top of that, we could invite them to Inner Circle, because they currently at the moment, Inner Circle people, it usually takes a couple of months for us to invite them. Not everyone, but from what we saw, it takes them like to be able to achieve that certain goals and income to get invited to the Inner Circle to take them to the next level is like currently takes about 5 to 6 months. And I was like, how can I reduce that 5 to 6 months to 1 or 2 months? If I can bring that Inner Circle to the people that achieve the result that they get to 6 months, right? Instead of waiting for 6 months to get that result, to get invited to Inner Circle. So because they are qualified at that point, we bring it to 2 months. Then all of a sudden, what I'm doing, money model. I'm getting my clients to pay me quicker for the upsell. Why? Because they achieve the result quicker. How can we achieve that? By creating incentive, by giving them bonuses. Account manager for free. Are we going to give you extra hand for free if you do this? Genius business model. This is called money model. So this has been applied with it. And when Alex Baker actually came on the stage and he went about how they could have a lot of success with this, I'm like, oh my gosh, Atena, this is what you wanted to do. This is what you've been doing. I just needed that to push me to say that this money model can apply to the software companies too. And that's just amazing. So that's the thing you guys come to the upsell. If you guys doing your upsell and you're thinking that, oh, I have to wait for 5 months for my clients to achieve this, then I can upsell them that. Think about that. How can I bring that 5 months to a month? How can I do that? If I can reduce that time, then I'm going to get to cash flow quicker, right? Create incentive. Give them extra bonus for taking certain action. And lead hacker is a great opportunity. You guys can use a lead hacker because you pay us cents. For thousands of leads, you guys could pay us a couple of $100s. But that could become your bonus to create incentive and say, hey, if you achieve X and Y in the time zone, I'll give you 5,000 qualified leads for free. Everyone going to do that then. So that created an amazing opportunity. Again, like this sort of like a business is, guys, like business is all about like a game and tactics and stuff. It's super important. Everything we're discussing today is not about spending more money on ads to be able to get more clients. We're not even talking about content creation. We're talking about the business model, changing the business model to have like a small change, huge swing in your business. Yeah. So super important. So we're going to go to the next slide. So if they reach it, then they qualify to get the money back, to get it back as a credit. So he's going to the gym model about how he did that. So yeah, and this is what happens. So basically, if you say, and this is another difference, is stickiness, especially when it comes to subscription and continuity models with the gym people. So what happens if you incentivize the people that join the gym by actually taking action the first month that they join the team? If they incentivize to take action, they're going to continue your offer for months to come, years to come, right? If they don't take action, they're going to lose the momentum. That's why they usually gym membership, month 2 or 3, everyone start quitting. So then by creating incentive, when your clients start getting quick win, whether you're in the fitness, whether you're in any business that you are, like we are what we are. If we get you guys to get the money quicker, right, and you have a quicker win, what happens? It's going to create a stickiness. So a stickiness is going to happen. So a stickiness in the business is everything. And when I was getting one-on-one coaching with the Hormozi, he so much emphasized in the stickiness. But saying, Atena, the business is all about stickiness. Your value of your business is about stickiness. So you need to apply the money model to be able to. And I shared the some of the one-on-one coaching that I got with Hormozi. I shared them in my Instagram. Feel free to go watch them. And you guys can see that I shared those. Those are all one-on-one coaching that I had with him. And I've learned that from him. Like it's even this is back to last year. Like this is not even new. Like a money model thing is not something new. And that's what he was telling me. It's all about stickiness and create so how we can apply the money to get a stickiness to get the people to use it. So anyway, super, super important. And this is that I make way more cash flow than the bad money model within 30 days. So he's getting 500, they get them a store credit the rest. And then that what happens is that when you store credit them, they're gonna feel that, oh wow, I just got $500 cash back or like a store credit, and they're gonna use it and they're gonna continue using your gym. You're gonna get to money quicker, they're gonna get the result, everyone's happy here. So the cash flow let me scale to 6 locations in 3 years. Again, he's going through when he changed the business model, how he could see a surge in his business, and then he started helping other gym owners to do the same thing, and then proof. Here's the bottom line. That's his comparing to the bad money model, rest in peace, good money model. The comparison, deliver the same service. The service hasn't been changed. The service is the same. You're just changing the business model, right? So access the same trainer, everything is the same membership, same trainer, same same spending in advertising, everything is the same. It's just all we change is money model. So we're gonna go through the next. Continuity obviously is super important. This is what Alex is saying. He said getting people to buy continuity was hard. Gym launch got customers easily because my attraction offer worked, but getting people to buy continuity was hard. They had no reason to buy my next thing once I've already gotten them tons of leads. He's talking about when he was helping other gym owners to scale the business. So when he started helping other gym owners to scale the business, they stopped the continuity because they said, thank you, I don't need any more leads. So here was my medical money model. I sold a $16,000 launch package, that's it. I spent dollars to get them on the phone. I took 3 calls to sell a new customer, but then we wouldn't buy my next continuity offer. This is again, that's something a lot of you guys do. You go and sell a package for 10K to do something, and that's it. And they're not gonna need your next thing. This is a broken money model. You shouldn't be doing that. So they would leave, and I would be sad. So every week I had to start from zero to make payrolls stressful. He has had a 100% money model fix it, okay? So on one sales call, I desperately needed to close. I unknowingly made a new offer. This is what he did. That I know call it continuity bonus offer. And continuity bonus offer is something that I've learned from the Russell Brunson. So Russell Brunson has a book that calls a Lynchpin. Has anyone actually read Lynchpin? Book from the Russell Brunson? Just put one in the chat out of curiosity. Lynchpin book is one of the, oh my gosh, that book is insane. Sam, so you know what I'm talking about. I've actually learned a lot from the Lynchpin model. We applied that Lynchpin model to our webinar and we had a lot of success. And I've read that book 3 times at least. So Lynchpin model actually exactly teaching you about the same thing. It says that continuity bonus offer, okay? So what it says that? So it basically says, let me just go to the next. Here's how it works. So you say that you give the customer an awesome thing for free if they join your continuity, right? You give them an awesome thing if they join your continuity. So for example, you're gonna say, so one thing that you guys could do with a lead hacker, you're gonna say, okay, you set up like a 20K as a setup fee to set up the marketing, and then you have 5K, you take them on a 5K contract for 12 months. And one thing you're gonna say that with the 5K that you pay to me for 12 months, I'm gonna give you, that many leads a month for free through the lead hacker if you join my continuity. So basically you give them something so good to encourage them to continue paying to you. So even if they feel like canceling the service with you, they feel like not paying you, they're gonna pay you because of the bonus continuity. So it's called bonus continuity. So that's basically what it calls. And it's usually the bonus continuity. Typically, the bonus itself has more value than the first payment. This is how it works. So for example, if the bonus continuity you give them is like 1,000 lead, extra lead for the lead hacker, and you charge a 5K a month, so that 1,000 is going to worth 5K. So that's going to pay off for the first month. That's what it calls. So bonus continuities is a genius business model. Russell Brunson teaches it all the time about the bonus continuity, and he applied that to his business. He literally in the linchpin, he shared about how he built a $100 million business model with the linchpin model, which the whole linchpin is about continuity and bonus offers, all of it. And that's just amazing. He talks about like a most incredible gift ever and things like that. He's saying basically the continuity bonus that you give is more than the actual offer, that the people buy it because of the bonus, not because of that. So that's very genius business model, and he crushed it, right? So people have started making my continuity bonus offer, because when he started helping the gym owners, they had no incentive to keep going, and then they had to do that. Any questions? No questions? The linchpin, this is amazing. Thank you. You're very welcome. This is just the beginning. We're gonna have the monthly masterclasses to go deep dive into money model, each module of that. Yeah. Maybe I can have a masterclass about linchpin. Linchpin model is so genius. It's amazing. So I'm happy to do, if you guys want me to do a masterclass just about linchpin model, just put one in the chat and I'm happy to do it. Maybe I'll do it next month. One. Amazing. All right, Jonathan. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Atena. Thanks
Hi.
for. Hi. So, how old? So I was looking at the money model. So we do have, when I make the offer and I meet for the strategy session, we start off with the upsell, basically the premium.
Mhm.
If after 48 hours, okay, they don't take the offer, we give them, say $5,000 off, okay, if they, move forward. If they don't, okay, we then follow up and then offer them a downsell to the group coaching, which is, the 4,000. That's where we have right now. I'm like trying to rack my brain. How will we install a continuity?
I'll have a one-on-one with you in the mastermind. Is that okay? We have to go
Oh.
through the entire business model. But one thing that you just mentioned about that, the buy now, pay less. Have anyone heard of about the buy now, pay less thing? So Jonathan, I'm gonna go through that too, because you also made a mention. I'm just gonna go through the buy now, pay less. This is actually coming up in the slides. With the continuity with your business, yes, I think we just like, sometimes we may need to reshuffle everything to make that work, even your main offer. Because you're gonna
Okay.
think about it, like sometimes your main offer needs to be changed to be able to allow to create a continuity offer, if that makes sense. If your main
Yeah,
offer doesn't allow that, then this is broken. So if we change the main offer to be able to allow the continuity offer to happen. So I think that requires like a bit of more in-depth discussion that we could do it in a mastermind
okay.
in the coming
Yeah,
week.
that makes. Okay, thanks.
All right. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna go for another, maybe I'm trying to finish it up in 15-20 minutes. So the recording of today's call, guys, gonna be in the mastermind. Also, you guys gonna get access to the slides and everything that the Hormozi shared about the book launch, so you can review it if you want. Okay, so let me just share the screen again. I'm gonna keep going. So people have started talking about continuity bonus offer. Instead of leaving, they bought something at 3 times the price. Okay, so it's stacking proof. A lot of proof in here. Then he goes through the old business model. I love these numbers. I'm a left brainer myself. I always love the numbers. When it comes to doing the discovery calls, guys, bear in mind, 50% of the people that's sitting in front of you, discovery calls, they might be left brainers. So does anyone know what's the difference between left brainers and right brainers? Out of curiosity, put in chat one if you know what's the difference. Left brainer, right brainer. So everyone knows. Okay, that's good. And that's some of the psychology of the cells. Like usually within the first minute of someone talking, I know instantly if they're left brain and right brainers. So you could have a completely different sales approach when you're talking to a left brainer versus right brainer. Okay, so left brainers love numbers. So when you hit with left brainer with someone that is, usually they comes from like engineers, coders, programmers. They're a little bit more quiet. They don't open up as easily. They don't say much. And versus that, if they are, really bubbly and really that, then they usually right brainer. But when it comes to the left brainer, it's all about numbers. If you break down the numbers for them, say, hey, this is your business model now. When you're asking the question, that in the bootcamp, if you guys want to improve your sales, as Ski said, you guys need to go to the day 2 of the bootcamp. It says sales mastery using AI. So we go through the very, very simple sales framework about how you can do that. We did a mock-up. We use a lab to be able to create a sales script. So that was a very, very good training. Every training here that has that pin next to it, that means it's a must watch. It doesn't mean the other ones are bad. You can watch the other ones too, but if you have limited time, the ones with the pin is a must watch. But basically with the sales, what you need to guys ask them, where are you now? Where do you want them to be? Okay. So where are you now is that when you need to break down the numbers for them. How much money do you making? How much is your profit? You ask them a series of the questions. You take them through the old LTV, which is where we're sitting. This is your current business model. And then you're going to break down the roadmap. Okay. Where do you need to be? They're going to say, okay, I want to 10x my business. I want to 2x my business. Okay. How I can help you to get there? you go break down the numbers. That's what I do in the discovery call. I literally just go open a Google Doc, and then we just break down the numbers. That's all we do. Break down the numbers. Like, where are you now? Where do you want to be? How can I help you? Lots of numbers in the brain. Lots of numbers in that Google Doc. So then you go through the numbers and say, okay, this is how I can change your money model. I'll change your money model from here to here by this. This is how we do it. Okay. We're going to give you 2x better ads. We're going to give you a cheaper lead. We're going to increase your profit by this and that. Basically, you break it down. This is how we do it. We use a lead hacker. We use this. We use AI. Because of that, we're doing that. This is a guarantee. This is a bonus. You close the deal. Not that difficult. So that's super, super important to break down. So I was gonna emphasize again. So we did teach you guys about how to do the sales calls, especially if you want to sell the AI agency services offered during the bootcamp day 2. So definitely go back to it and watch it. So now I'm gonna go back to this. So once I named my continuity bonus mechanism, and Jim bought a stock, so he could create that continuity. So he didn't have to charge $16,000 just to help them. He was creating a continuity for his business. And blah, blah, blah. Then he's going to go to the next one, put a 3 in the chat. Okay. So add to spend. This is how I could add to spend my competition. Yeah, this is super important because a lot of these people competition don't know. And you even be surprised that like a lot of the people, because I've been in really big groups, 8-figure entrepreneurs, friendships and stuff. Even like that point, there's still some of them that are just spending more money in the ads to get more clients. The profit is very, very slim. A lot of the businesses profit margin is like 2 to 5%. And they're making $10 million a year, but it's 2 to 5% profit. And then because they continuously just spend money on ad, they don't even understand about money model. So you'll be surprised that you are able to understanding this skill set to be able to also execute this skill set by using the AI, by using the lab and all the training that you're getting, assets that you're getting. You will be surprised that you are able even to attract the 7-8-figure businesses to help them. Because with those businesses, you have a small change, you have a big swing in the business. Small change, big swing. So I figured that I would teach the gyms to upsell supplement. A supplement is actually really, really genius. And that could apply to any business, like hairdressers, for example, right? And with the hairdresser, I'll tell you guys a story because I do a lot of one-on-one coaching as well. Not everyone is in a mastermind. So one of my clients that I've been doing one-on-one coaching, it's a hairdresser. We actually helped them to increase their revenue by 20%. And I'll tell you what they did. Something very simple, a small chain huge swing, right? So basically what we did that they do the hair extension. And I said like, how can I upsell more? How can I create a continuity? How can I bring them more revenue to it? So this is what we did. We said that, what about if you create an insurance for a hair extension? I said that we're going to insure a hair extension for 3 months. Anything that happened to it, it bends, it get damaged by chemical or whatever happens, we're going to replace it for free. And then you sell the insurance. But if they buy this insurance, again, guys, the bonus has to be better than that the people buy your offer because of the bonus, not because of the match. So the insurance is good, but the people weren't buying that because of the insurance. And they were selling it for $150. That's what I suggest them to do. I actually suggest them to do a start with the $100 and then increase it to $150. Surprisingly, when we increase it to $150, there was absolutely no difference. And again, this come back to is that like we increase the price of a mastermind, still there's no difference in the close rate, right? And they did the same thing. So they started by selling a 3-month insurance to hair extension for $100, and then they increased it to $150 after 1 or 2 months, and there was still no difference in the close rate. And what was it that the people bought the insurance for the hair extension? There was a bonus that they bought it for. The bonus was so good that the people bought it. What was the bonus? You give them shampoo and brush, like a brush for the hair extension and shampoo. You give them a nice package, and the people bought that nice package. Oh, I love that. That's so fancy. That's so nice. So so they reported to us that basically 70% of their clients around 70% of the clients that they get hair extension, they took the insurance offer, right? But they all said that they got excited because of the bonus, not because of insurance. What does it mean? Literally, then the extension they're charging like 500 to 1,000, depending on what time of the extension. All of a sudden, you're adding up 10 to 15% to your revenue by doing nothing else. Small change, huge swing. And this was completely shifted the business. And I said, thank you. This was genius. And this could be applied to any businesses. You think about that. And then Hormozi talks about that too. Hormozi talking about supplement. He basically told the gym that you can go sell the supplement, right? So because of that, he created a supplement company, called it Prestige Labs. That the gyms bought Prestige Lab, but the customers weren't buying from them. There was a problem. They said, no, thank you. It was only after I thought that my 4-part menu upsell mechanism. So instead of trying to sell them what they don't need, prescribe what they need and give them an option. You know, when you guys go to the chemist and you want to buy a medication and the chemist asks you, oh, do you want to have this brand or that brand? But they both does the same thing. It's the same medication, it's just different brand. One is a bit more premium, one is a bit cheaper. This is exactly what happened with the Hormozi's offer. It said that prescribe them what they need. Do you prefer number 1 or A? Rather than try to sell them what they don't need. And make the payment to be so easy. Payment is super important when it comes to any business. You don't want to make it too hard for people to pay. So they said that instead of trying to get your credit card out of your pocket to pay for it, would you like to have it on the file? You have the card on the file. Would you like me to deduct it? Yes, do it. It's much more easy. And that could be applied to the high ticket as well, right? Instead of trying to get the clients every time to buy your continuity, I actually learned it from the Cole Gordon. Cole Gordon does the same thing. Like when I bought the Mastermind for 68,000, they told me that, would you like to join the Mastermind? And I said, oh yes. Okay, we're gonna take it from your card. That's it. Like they didn't send me any form, no contract, nothing. And the contracts and everything came afterwards. So they made the payment so easy for me. If there was a barrier in the payment, that sales might have not gone through, right? So I have your card on file. Would you like to deduct it? Yes, do it. Let's do it. So you apply to any business. So then it started working and customers started buying. Yes, thank you. So sales went from 270K a month to $1.6 million in 2 months. Small change, huge swing. Yeah? It's like that hairdresser. Example. Insurance for your hair extension. Then you're going to get this fancy package. 70% of the customer took that offer. Increase the price from $100 to $150 within like a couple of weeks. And still there's no change. And now they're even considering increasing the price to $180 to test that. If there's going to be difference in the conversion rate, then you need to suss it up the number. If the price increase is going to massively increase your conversion rate, then you're going to say which one is going to actually, is it okay? Like you're going to say, okay, I'll make a lot more money. However, my conversion rate dropped massively, so maybe it's not worth it. So that sort of thing needs to be tested, and it's all about the numbers. So when we increased our price of a Mastermind, there was a lot of worry for us. Is it going to affect our conversion rate or not? Because if it's going to affect our conversion rate, that means that yes, our price is more expensive, but we're going to have to make a lot less sales. So it's not worth it. But we experimented that. There was no difference in the close rate. It's just like, you know, sometimes this sort of thing is not to be tested and you need to get coaching as well. Like the industry with the industry is different. But anyway, so you can see that the moment the menu upsell kicked in, once they had a better money model, it all clicked in. So the gym started making so much money. And then when the Hormozi was mentioned during the COVID that the gyms was closed and the people started buying online those supplements. So the gym started still making money. They have to continue the business, not because of the gym, because of the supplement. So they survived. So those gyms that he helped to apply the money model survived during the COVID, the others didn't. Because why? It's go back to again, why the businesses that the Hormozi studied that's over 100 years with all of going to the world disaster, they survived because they had continuity. Yeah. So continuity is everything, super important. So, and now with my menu offer mechanism, gyms could afford leads again. So they could pay more money into the advertising, they could get more leads. During the COVID, having the supplement revenue line kept many lights on and household fed. We demonstrated that despite going through hard times, $100 million menu model could still generate strong cash flow. And that's one of the only reason that I was able to sell a gym company, a private equity during the COVID. Think about it, right? So then we're going to go to the self-checkout. Oh, school is super, super important. So Hormozi, I was ever like a lot of things that Hormozi shared I already knew because I have friendship with Gus and some of the school insiders, but it was quite interesting that he mentioned, okay, well, he mentioned about the school. And he said that obviously a school is good, good, good. It's promotion, promotion, promotion. But then when he went through the number, that was really shocking. This is what it was. He said that he applied the money model. When he started working with the Sam Owen, yes, Sam Owen was making money from the free trial, but the business was growing slow, steady. It was still losing money until the money model applied to the school and all of a sudden started skyrocketing. So how did that money model look like? A school game. He added a school game, which had the competition, reward, and fun, and spent so much money on the ads, and the users all of a sudden exploded, right? So we went from 1 million users to 50 million users in such a short period of time. If you guys look at this graph, you can see it's so slow and steady, and all of a sudden a boom. And guys, do you know what I predicted gonna happen? Even this boom you guys seeing there, you guys just look at a school in 6 months' time. Why? Hormozi just promoted the school to millions of people. What does it mean to you guys? There's so many new users coming to the school, millions of them. It creates opportunity for you guys to make so much money out of a school because you're going to get lots of traffic. So this is the best time in history to join the school. Honestly, it's even better than when I joined a year ago. So that's it. This is like with this promotion, big promotion that Hormozi did. So you guys basically can get $9 offer, three months free trial. If you guys want to get the link for the free trial, I did share it in the community. So if you go to the community, this is a link, right? You can go get the free trial and 3 months. So go get the link and get a community because this is the best time to make money out of it. I would love to see the school graph in 6 months' time. It's going to be booming, and especially that the communities in general are on the booming industry. Like it's a trend. Communities are a trend currently. So AI is a trend, personal trend is a trend, communities are also a trend. We've got 3 trends happening currently. How you can catch all the 3? You need to catch all the 3. You want to make a $10-20 million business, you need to have a personal brand, you need to have a school community and create that community momentum. Because with the school, we get so many free leads from school discovery. But the school super important is that if you want to be successful on that, it's super important your ranking. So that's why we have this school coach specifically that help you guys to get that ranking up. So if you're not guys taking advantage of the Goose sessions, definitely try to do it because he can help you guys about like Goose has the #1 community in the school currently in the relationship category, #1. And then I became #1 in November. So if we could do that, we could help you to do that too because we know how to do it. We know how the whole system of the ranking works. We know how everything works. So come to these calls and we help you to do it. It's a great opportunity for you guys to do that. And if you haven't got your free trial, again, it's a pin post in the community. Go get it. So we went from 1 million user to 50 million user in 18 months. That's 83,000 new users a month. Okay, that's 3.5x faster growth. Look at the difference. And here's the best part. This is a new money model as cash flow positive. So it was about a year ago that I attended a private mastermind with the high school creators that I was invited to. And when we went to that mastermind, this is what the secret they told us, that literally just now school started becoming profitable. In the last few years, it was just losing money. And why? Because of Hormozi's money model. One small difference, be huge swing to the business. Completely unheard of for a platform at this scale growing this fast. And it freed up the cash to invest even more into the product, making the school 10x better. Because if you guys notice that school bring a lot of new feature now on a weekly basis, new feature, right? It wasn't like that. When I joined the school, like, when was it? May? It was May last year. It was very slow. Like, it wasn't as good. It was buggy. Every time we sent them an email request a feature, they couldn't do that. Why? Because of the money model. They didn't have cash flow to build a better product. That all of a sudden in the last couple of months, school is continuously innovate and develop. It's getting better and better. Like, it's bringing more momentum. And you think about it, it's the same thing applies to us. Did you guys notice we started bringing a lot of innovation to our software? Our software was a little bit slow for a while. It was a couple of months we weren't adding new feature or anything. Why? Because we didn't have money. I don't have any investor. We don't have any cash. I'm bootstrapping since day one. Bootstrapping. 100% of the money is bootstrap. The more money we make, we can make a better product. It's a very, very simple thing. Now we have a big development team and we're able to bring the lead hacker. Now we're going to bring the white level. If you guys haven't watched our roadmap, go to the classroom. and go to it's the last module of day one, AIpreneurs Business Lab Roadmap. Just go watch about what we're going to bring. How do you think we can do all of these amazing things? Because now we have a huge increase in our business because of our money model. Financing, that was a huge difference that we did. Qualifying the leads, a perfect sales system, money model, continuity, rewarding the clients, more stickiness. Like all of this is caused to have the business to have a couple of $100 increase in revenue and profit. Then all of that money go back to the product. So we can make a better product. And that's it. That's exactly what he's talking about, right? So then now it takes us to present day and show that the money model works in 4 ways to sell, including the way that you sell. So anyway, we're gonna go through that. I think we're gonna try to finish here. It's more a slot left, but I think we cover all of the important ones. And definitely we can go through the deep dive. So I'm planning to do one masterclass a month, at least minimum, to go deep dive into each of these funnels, to the continuity funnel, to upsell funnel, and all of that as we read through the books. And but that's it. I'm just gonna finish it here. There was a lot of content today. Thank you for everyone that stick around. I know it was a little bit too much content. I hope that you don't feel overwhelmed. And let us know how much value you found. If you have any questions, we have another 10 minutes. So I'm happy to answer the questions. You want to have any breakthrough, any aha moment, any takeaways, feel free to share with the community. This was worth every second. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Also, with the people in the free community, we're gonna donate 10 hard copy of the Hormozi's money model. We're gonna do a lucky draw very soon today. And 10 of you gonna win a hard copy of the Hormozi's money model. Where can we get the book? So that's a question. So yeah. So to get his book, I believe it's $29 to buy his book. I'll pop the link. But if you guys part of the mastermind, you get the book for free. We allocated the equal to the number of the mastermind. So it's in the pin post in the community. You go get your book for free. If you are part of the free community, 10 people we selected and we give them the hard copy of the book for free. So just wait for the lucky draw and we do that. If you're mastermind, you get that for free. It's a pin post. I believe it's a pin post. I'm just gonna double check. Yeah, that's it. So the link is here. I just pop it in the chat so you can go and get your free copy here. Okay, thank you. Feel excited and love the new ideas. We've been brainstorming and dreaming all day. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. If you don't have any questions, I'm just going to share something with you guys. Hormozi, if you guys think about the money model, Hormozi applied the money model to every single stage of his book launch, if you pay attention to it. So he basically, what he did that his bonus offer was much better than his offer. And every stage he had upsell. So when he launched his campaign, which is you can find all of that details from here. Like if you go to his launch and email. So if you go to pre-order, so he had the pre-order that he get everyone, if you pre-order, so you're going to get this and that for free. So it basically is called like a pay less now, pay now, pay less, instead of like pay later buy. So this, I don't know, like I said, like a buy now, pay less, basically. Buy now, pay less. So buy now, pay less is applied to his pre-order. So this is how he's talking about that he has spent millions of dollars on a Facebook ad, but it didn't come out of his pocket because of the pre-order. So he told the people, if you buy the book now, then you still have to pay $29. However, you're going to get this and that at a bonus. So he could sell a lot of that. And then from that, it was continuous upsell. Like all of the upsell. I purchased all of Hormozi's upsells. All of them, like from pre-order at the start, I bought a pre-order. Then after pre-order, he sent another email. He said that, oh no, you can get 15 books for $800. And with the 15 books, I give you 2 of my handbook that I never shared. I never share any other offer. I get it. I was like, okay, Atena, it's no brainer. You learn a lot at Hormozi. I get it. I got that offer. Then he goes to the book launch. During the book launch, he said that, okay, this is a book. The page is not available because they took it down, but it was another offer. It says that, no, you can get 200 books for $6,000. 200 book for $600. And if you do that, we give you these handbooks. They give you this and this and this and that, and they give you these handbooks. And then people started buying that because of the handbook, not because of the donation. Again, like your bonus is so good. And then he upset it again. And after the 200, you go there. When you buy the 200, they take you to this page. This page, you guys don't have access to it. I only had access to it because I purchased the $6,000 offer. The moment that I purchased the $6,000 offer, which was a 200 book, then it said, wait a moment. No, you can pay $3,000 a month for 6 months, 24K. No, you donate $1,000 book. With the 1,000 book, we give you this and that. You're going to be part of the ACQ group. You're going to get invited to the monthly workshop, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, that's no brainer. I bought that offer. After that, I bought that offer. What was the upsell there? Then that was the Layla's post. Layla did a post and said that, no, you can get 4,000 books to spend a day with me. And Alex, no, it's a $100,000 offer. So if you look at the business model, it's a continuous upsell. From pre-ordering to the upselling to 15 books, from 15 books to order to upselling to 800 books to 200 books, from 200 upselling to 1,000 book, from 1,000 to 4,000 book, right? So that's basically called that the I think in one of his slides he's actually explained. I'm gonna go to his slide that he talks about or like a quantity. He talks about the quantity in one of his slides. I'm just trying to find it. What was it? This one. Buy X, get X free. Pay less now, pay more later. Pay less now, pay more later. So it's a PLN, PML. So that's, he basically talking about that. If you guys pay attention, he exactly did the same business in his business model. Buy X, get X for free. And that's basically what you can be applied to the business. That's absolutely so genius. And that could be applied to any business, even product e-commerce. You're gonna say buy one share, you get two for free. And yeah, so yeah, Money Model was a very good example of Hormozi's book launch. He applied everything. He created his bonuses better than his actual offer. He's created the continuous upsell. And this doesn't finish. Don't think that the $4,000 and $400,000 is the end of it. I'm pretty sure he's gonna sell something to us in the workshops, and then it's gonna continue. It's gonna continue. Like this is a continuous the offer that is happening, starting from like as cheap as like $50 or something or pre-order. $29 go all the way to $800 offer. From $800 offer it went to the $6,000 offer. From 6,000 it went to 24,000. From 24 it went to 100,000. From 100,000 probably the next offer is $1 million. It's a money model, right? So cool. But you guys can have access to all the assets. So he obviously shared very generously. He shared all of his assets with us that I spent 24,000, and I said I'm happy to share it with our mastermind group so they can take advantage of it. It has everything that he done for this book launch, stage by stage. Any copy, anything that you want to model for your business, definitely go to the Funnel Hacker tool and to be able to implement it for your business. So, and more tools coming, and definitely the more mentor coming to it for the money model. We're gonna add it in here. All right. Any more last minute questions? We've got 5 minutes left. I'm gonna read the chat. How would this model apply to the tax strategy business? I don't know about the tax. I actually not a tax specialist myself. And one thing that I actually was so interested to buy that $24,000 offer, that he had a VSL in that page, that the VSL said something that clicked with me. I was like, it's worth the money. He said that he's going to allocate one of those sessions of workshop just to talk about tax around the money model, how the money model can help you to save hundreds of thousands on tax. That he said that session is going to pay for the entire investment. I'm like, Atena, I need that. And then like we have accountant and stuff, but none of them are genius. Like unfortunately, it's very hard to find A players and genius people. And I'm like that. And then he said that he applied that for his business. That's why he's barely paying any tax. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to learn from him. And that was for me who will pay off for the 24,000. I'm happy to, once we do that workshop in the mastermind, I'm happy to do a special session to share everything I learned with you guys. But right now at this point, I don't know. I wish I knew, but I will very soon. So there's a workshop that happening, 6 workshops once a month. And I need to check to see when is that tax one specifically. And the workshop is with himself and Layla. So when the course will be available in the mastermind, which course we're talking about is already available in the mastermind. So it's a private course. You just send a message to Tatiana. If you were on this call, send a message to Tatiana to ask her to unlock it. So why we not unlock it for everyone? What I'm trying to do here, money model. We could have just kept the course open for everyone in mastermind. And why are we keeping it private? Because we want to create engagement, right? There are some people that have barely any engagement in our mastermind or with us, they ghost us. And we know that they use the content and stuff, but never say anything to us, never share anything. And then it encourage them to come back to us, say, hey, Atena, unlock it for me. That means like, okay, well, thank you for engagement. Because there are a few people that are actually doing that. So that's why we keep the course to be private. If you guys wanted to unlock it, send us a message, we unlock it for you. Otherwise, it stay private. So that's already the mastermind. I'll pop the link in here. So that's it. Baron, do you have any questions?
With all this information, that we can apply. Is it is it going to be possible to implement all that stuff in 2 weeks' time? And that is what I've found in the past, is with all these upsells and downsells to me, I'm not talking from me, but to me, is that the information comes so fast, you cannot even master it, then they sell you the second and the third and the fourth product already. Is that not going to be a clog up or create a resistance later or not?
Well, I mean, you can't learn a business in 2 weeks. You need to continuously learn. I've been learning business for 14 years, honestly. Like, it's continuous learning journey, right? So it's no, you cannot apply anything to this. Of course not. That's why you need to have a mentor. That's why you need to be in this program. That's why you need to apply everything you learn, and you continuously need to do it. The more that you learn, the more time that you have, you execute more. So there's not such a thing like 2 weeks. However, by having access to the assets, it's going to accelerate your program. If you have some marketing background yourself, then everything makes sense a little bit easier. So you could do it yourself, or you can, if you guys are not part of our masterminds and you're on this call, let us know so we can have a chat with you guys to join our mastermind for sure. And then you can be part of this learning process. Some of you just have access to the lab. So if you have access to the lab, then usually we sell a software only to the people that don't need handholding. If they need handholding, like mastermind is absolutely must. And I believe that every business owner needs to have a coach. I have a coach myself. I always had a coach. And one thing I've been doing that, I've been upgrading my coaches. So now I got to this point, my coaches are getting better. Like now I have Alex Hormozi coaching me, Ty Lopez coaching me. In the past, my coaches were smaller because it makes sense. If I want to make $100 million business, I need to get coached by someone that already been there. And there's a lot of the people in this world that they try to provide coaching services and they say, I'll make you to be 7-figure. I'm like, are you 7-figure yourself? Like, how are you you're just gonna teach people about theory then? It's not theory. The business is not theory. You need to get coached by someone that already been there, already applied the business, already 10x their business, already got to that revenue. Then they can help you, not based on the theory, based on the experience. So be careful about like all of these coaches say, I'll make you 7-8 figure, because the first question you're going to ask, how are you there yourself? Why do you think, like, if you go to my profile, I say, I help the businesses, companies to scale to $10 million with AI. I could have put $100 million, and I still think that I could do that. But however, like, I'm not $100 million business myself. I cannot claim that, right? When I've been $100 million business myself, then I'm going to say, I help the businesses to scale to $100 million. For now, it's stick that to 10 million because I haven't been there myself. So yeah,
mentorship is extremely important. That is true. I fully agree.
Mentorship is super important, but there are bad mentors there too. A lot of you guys that come to us, that you got burned out by the bad mentor. So I guess it's just finding the right mentor and stick around with them rather than trying to have the shiny object syndrome. If you get a multiple coaches, you get multiple different advisors, you get multiple directions, and unfortunately, that's gonna actually put you backward instead of try one coach, follow through all the way, and trust that it will work. So coach is super, super important. If you guys trying to figure it out yourself, I'm telling you, like, it's very, very hard to figure it out yourself. Get coach from someone already been there. And they can save you so much. And why do you think, honestly, I'm telling you that for 24,000 I paid, the 80% of me making that decision was because of that tax session that Hormozi gonna do, because I know that's gonna be the money making, the needle moving on my business. So I was prepared to pay $24,000 for one session with Hormozi for 4 hours to teach me about tax, because he's been there already. He's been there. He's having a couple of $100 million business. I prefer to learn from him and pay him money from my accountant that he barely is surviving himself, my accountant. That's a reality.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. You guys need to have a coach. You need to understand that the coach is not going to take your money. It's going to make you money. If you don't spend that money, you're going to go backward because you don't know what you're doing. And the business is not just marketing. It's the sales and operations. It's the problems that coming up, contracts and things like that. You just, every stage you go, you're coming in new challenges. And the one thing that I love about our mastermind, and that's my mission, is that you got one place for everything. You don't need to go to different coaching program for, like, even for the sales, you don't need to go to different coaching program, because we cover everything, not just marketing. We cover sales, we cover operation, we cover about all the issues. So that in that way, like even the tax session that we're gonna do soon. So in that way, you guys, like, you get one place for your business, need to grow and scale your business. and you don't need to be different coaching programs paid for this and that. And then you think about it, you know, it's just so simple. But try to not be distracted, not to join 100,000 different communities and try to. It's just like it doesn't work like that. Be very focused on one coach, one strategy, go all the way. Shiny object syndrome.
Thank you.
No problems at all. Okay, so again, guys, if any of you want to join Mastermind, please let us know. Send me a message in the school right now and let me know that you would love to join the Mastermind, and we get you book a call with one of our coaches, and then we can show you about how we can help you. And if we can't help you, we don't pitch you. So that's so simple. The launch Bible, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you need the beta clients, etc., I'm just reading your post, Tilly. If you need a beta clients, etc., for case study or testimonial, are we allowed to post in? So yes, guys, 100%. Like we actually have a testimonial program. Talk to Tatiana about that. How it works is that I would encourage. So what I do is that today I will go do a post in the Mastermind, and then everyone go and comment on my post. It's going to be testimonial program. So what it means that if you guys have anything to offer for free, in exchange of getting testimonial, you share what your offer is, and then anyone interested in your offer, you can just go comment. Let's say Tilly, for example, say I have this to offer to anyone members in the Mastermind, and anyone interested in your offer to take your offer for free or discounted price in exchange of testimonial, they say me under the Tilly's comment, and then Tilly can contact you guys and you guys can talk. That's a perfect opportunity to use the power of the community. We did that in the past. We usually do that in the metaverse sessions that we have monthly. So in the metaverse, we usually have, like, I think it was 2 or 3 times we had the theme to be testimonial. So people that started exchanging testimonial with each other. But again, we don't want to be fake. Do not fake it, please. We're not a community. We're all ethical, everything we do here. If you want to write a testimonial for someone, you give them value, right? Whatever their value is. If you want to build them a funnel, give them some ad copy, give them like anything that you could do, some coaching, like expertise that you have. Tax, like we have some tax expert in the group. If you have some tax expert, like give some taxing advice, right? So anything that you do in exchange of testimonial. I'll do that post today, and then everyone continue to engage in that post, and then we go from there. All right, thanks again, everyone. Just one more reminder about the Fiji. So if you haven't RSVP to Fiji yet, just go to the community search for Fiji because currently it's not pinned. This one, Fiji Mastermind, I'll just pop this in the chat as well for your convenience. Please go. A lot of you actually RSVP, but you didn't participate in this poll. I would appreciate if you could participate in the poll. So you just click here, you RSVP, you are more than welcome to bring a +1. You put your +1 details. Just again, I want to emphasize the resort gonna be super easy. It's an island by itself. There's not any resort close by. Try to at least book the resort. If you can leave the flight to the last minute, but book the resort so you're not gonna get disappointed. Because we have a lot of another mastermind running at the same time right after us, which is Morgan Nelson, who is a very close friend of mine. And he runs his mastermind right after us because we wanted our members to mingle, and we joined 2 communities together. So we kind of like we can double the power of the networking in that way. And so take advantage of this opportunity. Definitely go RSVP. We have to pay to the venue in the next, I think, few weeks until the end of next month fully. We're paying per person. So please let us know if you're coming because we have to pay for you if you're coming. If you don't say you're not coming, then you might miss that opportunity. So definitely go participate. Any of you that your membership going to expire before the mastermind happens, which is in 5th and 6th of December, let us know because you need to renew your subscription to be able to attend the mastermind. And just have a chat with Tatiana, and if Tatiana probably already touched base with you guys, but yeah, just you need to have an active subscription in the mastermind by the time that the mastermind happen, which is 5th and 6th of December. So that's just one thing. I'm gonna just see there's any more post in the pin post in the community that I'm gonna just mention. Again, like if you want to get you're more than welcome to put your takeaways in this post. I would highly appreciate it if you had any takeaway, just put in this post. If you want to get your school 90 days free trial, that's a link again. I'm just pop the link in the chat as well. If someone is from free community and they want to get the link, I'll pop the link. Okay, I'm not getting any affiliate commission or benefit myself from here. This is the Hormozi's link that I'm sharing. There is no absolutely zero benefit for me, apart from just giving you guys value. And the other one is if you want to grab a free copy of your book, it's inside this You can go grab it. If you're in the free community, we're going to do lucky draw to 10 of you are going to get a free hard copy of the Hormozi's book. And that's it. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day, and we'll see you later. Cheers. Bye.